chef d'orchestre, il nous écrit l'écrivain, et jamais une parole l'écrira-t-il en vain. Il nous façonne le sculpteur mieux que Michelangelo, il nous peigne le peintre mieux que Matisse ou Van Gogh.
Of it all.
tell you good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah, susceptible before the moment flies.
Let's get it in. Let's get the show on.
So tell you good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Susceptible before the moment flies.
Bobbity bobbity bop. We are back. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI, the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. How we doing? Hope everybody's well. I almost didn't go today. I started to just kind of fall back, but I said, the show must go on. You got to keep doing what you're supposed to do. But we are an hour behind, so we're going to just jump right on into it. Candle of the evening. The temperature has dropped drastically out here in Atlanta. So I am burning one of my favorite candles from Le Labo. It's called Cade 26. And it's considered to be the more Baroque cousin of the famed Santal 26. Notice how I cut the lights behind me off? Does that make it any better? Or would it be better to have them on? Let's just play with it. The lighting in here is different because I got more natural light. So I'm still trying to dim it, get it the way I want to. I may end up having to just start from scratch. But anyway, let's get to the fragrances. Oh, get your pens and pencils, ladies and gentlemen. 2 bona fide show-stopping bangers. Both of them are extract de parfum concentration. Both of them from my favorite fragrance house for end-to-end fragrances, Maison Francis Kurkdjian. He's one of my favorite perfumers in the world. The original Le Male, some of your favorite fragrances that you've worn from places you don't even know, he made them. This one right here is called Baccarat Rouge 540 Extract de Parfum. They should rename this Atlanta. This is like everybody in Atlanta wears this, but if you wear this anywhere else in the world, it stops traffic. And there is a difference between the red bottle and the clear bottle. The clear bottle is nice, don't get me wrong. But the red bottle, it's worth the additional 40% because this stuff lasts forever and it smells so goddamn good. And men and on women, trust your Godfather. That one, I stake my reputation on that one. And then another one, Francis Kurkdjian made some of the best oud fragrances, in my opinion, that snuck off the marketplace, and he only was left with one. Is it true that YouTube doesn't give you your super chat money? YouTube takes 30%. So if you give $10, YouTube takes 30% right off the top. And they hold it, and then they hold the money for at least 60 days. So if you gave $10 today, let's say if you gave $10 on November 1st, I'd get $7, and then it still has to get taxed. I get whatever remains in February. So if you gave it on November 1st, you got to go through all November's cycle, all December's cycle, and you don't get paid till the end of January. So yeah, this is why content creators, while we love you guys hitting the super chat, we prefer you to go direct. Because one, more of your money goes where you want it to go, and it's immediate. That's number one. And number two, but content creators also know that people love to have their name flash up on the screen and things like that. So we thank you either way. Speaking of which, because we are a little bit behind, I'm trying to do more of this to read more of these super chats. YouTube used to have a function to where you could actually see the super chats, but now they just disappear. They disappear. There's no way to really get them back up on the screen. There used to be in a panel called uh, viewer activity, but anywho, uh, so you guys may not hear all the commotion going on out here, but people are losing their dadgum mind. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the other fragrance. The other fragrance is called Francis Kirkjean Oud Satin Mood. This thing right here, this bottle will last you a lifetime. This stuff is so strong, so potent, and so delicious. It is roses, oud, and vanilla. And I will tell you that your godfather has turned many, but here's the thing, it has to be 60 degrees or less to wear this. Do not wear this if the temperature is above 70. You will choke everybody in the room out. But under 60 degrees, this is ladies, gentlemen, this is third date night fragrance. This is the time when it's time to collect them coochie coupons. That's what you want to wear. And ladies, when it's time to have a coochie coupon withdrawal, that's what you want to wear. So, come on, turtleneck, show chic. Thank you. Appreciate it. Jesus Christ. I understand something. I believe in turtlenecks in the fall and winter time. Either I'm going to be in a suit, shirt and tie, or I will be in a turtleneck. Just what I do. It's just part of my uniform. Gentlemen, black turtleneck, black pants. Fucking forget about it. Leather jacket, jean jacket, sports coat, gray turtleneck, cream color turtleneck. So, Will should just divorce her on Facebook on irreconcilable differences. That's what he said. Speaking of which, if you in the news, Facebook is changing its name to Meta. Facebook is changing its name to Meta, and kind of coincides with something I'm going to be doing. If you haven't noticed, your godfather's on TikTok now. So yeah, I got some crazy stuff over on TikTok. But on Instagram, I got my Tuesday and Thursday show. On TikTok, things that just come to my mind. And then on Facebook, I'm actually going to go on Facebook and start doing a live show on Facebook because, like it or not, a lot of people over 30 are over there. So, Jamal, shout out to you. Super Chat is making it rain versus giving the money direct. Yeah, that's why I say, as a content creator, look, man, I believe this. Here's what I honestly think. I have my preferences, but I'm just glad that anybody is going to do whatever they want to. It'll all work itself out in the end. Let me pull this up too, so if I can. What I'm trying to do, guys, is get the super chat stuff to where it stays on the screen. If you haven't noticed that most content creators have a hard time keeping up with some of the super chats because YouTube doesn't keep them kind of organized in one place. So let me see. I think I may have found a solution. So starting from the last few minutes, let me read through this. Good evening, Mr. Samuels, CIA and FBI. Shout out to Angela. Shout out to Ricardo Dukes, can't make this shit up. Antonio, Chuck, and Abdullah just subscribed to the channel. Elliot, what's going on? Paulina just subscribed. Also, check to make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. People have been getting unsubscribed from YouTube channels across the board. So every time you want to make sure you're subscribed and your notifications are set to all. Shout out to Philip Thomas. Here's to helping change my life and perspective. Thank you. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Technological Chaos with the Hundo Bomb. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Sandra. Great work, Godfather. Shout out to Bobby. What's going on? J. Lou. Come on, turtleneck. Okay. Show me attention. My daddy wasn't around. There you go. Okay. Jamal, Andy G. Like I've already read that. What direct deposit method do you prefer? Cash App is fine. Cash App is fine. It goes directly to your account. And shout out to Mark83. So as the show goes on, guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to do the best I can to start responding to super chats, but at a certain point in time when the show gets up and going, only super chats that are over a certain dollar amount, because they get sorted differently. And if you haven't noticed, super chats $5 and less only stay up for a couple of minutes. And then for $5 to $10, they stay up a little bit longer. And from $10 to $20, they stay up longer. Over, I think 20 minutes, they stay up like 10 or 15 minutes. But like a super chat that's $50 or $100, something like that, it tends to stay up for the entire time. And the larger the super chat, the largest person on the super chat is actually going to be what's considered the stream sponsor. So that's a common thing. Coochie coupons expired. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Make sure the likes are up. Come on, folks. We're behind on the likes. We should have over 1,000 more likes. We should have almost 5,000 likes, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look over in 30 seconds. If it's not up, we're going to hit the intermission song. Sending my support. Love the work and what you do. God bless. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You should be able to pin that. What happened to being able to pin that? All right, so here's a concept. Here is the concept that you can pin that message. You can't pin a super chat. Okay, so Ike, Big Ike, what's going on, fam? Shout out to King Ike. What's the Cash App? The Cash App is running along the bottom of the screen, folks. Along the bottom of the screen, the Cash App is Cash App $ by Kevin Samuels. Let me get into the broadcast. There we go. House cleaning. Women don't get the man they need. Women don't want the man they need. Okay? Women don't want the man they need. Shout out to Master Teacher BGS Hipmore in his masterful octane model. He talks about the 92 octane woman, and I think he also has something called an invisible 92. I call her the 89. The 89 octane. The 89 octane woman is the college educated woman who is always looking, who wants men at the 92 level. She wants a man of value, a high value man, or a man of value. Doesn't really, actually, she wants a high value man. That's what she wants. She wants a man that's not only sophisticated, but he also has money and he has influence and status. But she is not on his level. She is not what he wants physically. So women like her, like the Kelly chick on Insecure, they have gone out to supplement or try to supplement their lack of looks and physical appeal with their education.
I'm a PhD.
And men don't value your education and your income as much as we do you being fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and childless. These are the women who come on platforms and oftentimes talk about, they got their PhD.
I'm a PhD.
And they would accept an average man, but they want to also, as long as he's ambitious, because they're trying to make an average man have ambition like a corporate climber, because they can't get the corporate climber. And see, days gone by, that woman would have been happier just remaining where she was, but because this whole equality stuff has been pushed on women so much, they've been made to think that they should get out and go try to get in the world and get to compete like men. And then what? You still get your corresponding guy. So if you are at, like the attorney I had on the other day, the one who said, my husband left me after he lost some weight and such and so forth. Yeah, because you beat him down and emasculated him so much. He cheated on you because he had to go somewhere. He went somewhere to where he felt like a man because he couldn't feel like a man with you. Women don't want men who are house husbands. There's a clip running around the internet. Well, I'm going to respond to it, where a young girl is telling her mom that she called a man a bee because he's sitting in the house doing what's considered to be woman's work. Ladies, over here, We deal with facts, data, statistics, and the science of image, and the fact that we are human animals. Your biology rejects weaker men, and oftentimes women are judging men based upon based upon a woman's attainments. But you need to be judging men based upon your sexual marketplace value. Those things are often different. High value women, women who are up here. Understand something, ladies. Hit the damn like button, people. French toast. Well, that sucks. That wasn't supposed to happen. Just as well, though. Get my damn likes up, people. I mean, come on, folks. It's not much to ask for you guys to hit the like button. I don't think it is. So, charge that down. All right. So, anywho, we're back. What is this all culminate in? One, ladies, you're judging men based upon your education and entertainment, and you need to be judging men based on your biology. That's number one. Number two, but if you're going to be a woman who's a mover and shaker, an ambitious woman, then you got to accept all the things that come along with wanting to be successful. What does that bring us to? It brings us to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. And just like a man who is high value men must marry down. Men of value must marry down, or else they couldn't get married. Men who are high value or men of value have to marry down. That's why we're simple as men, because we accept that if we want to be masters of the universe and the top 20% of men, we want to get out here and get competitive, that means we can't get a woman that's on that level. So we judge women based upon things that matter to us. Women want to get out there and compete, but then they want to turn around and then get men who are on their level, and you got to marry down as well. Why are we here? Because high value men and project women, High value men, when you're marrying down or you're getting with a woman, you should not accept a project woman. What is a project woman? Is that a woman from the projects? No. A project woman is a woman who slows you down. A project woman is a woman who slows you down or that you have to continually maintain. Go to Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. And I can't play the interview because it's on CNN. And I don't want to get hit with a copyright because you just can't take people's content and do what you want to just because it's on the internet, blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you're a content creator or an aspiring content creator, one that wants to be serious, go to my community tab. Those are my preferences and policies for using my content. Don't be bothered. And like I've said, if you got less than 10 subscribers, I really don't care what you think. You're not a serious content creator anyway, but I do like continue to flick at you guys because it seems so funny to me that people think that they can do what they want to just because they want to. But why is this important? You don't see successful men complaining that they found their wife as a bartender. Robert De Niro's wife was a bartender. He was Robert De Niro. She was a damn bartender. Happens all the time. Men marry down all the time, and we accept it. And see, here's the thing. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, not only did Will get the woman that's not right for him, he got a woman from the projects. A woman from the projects that was a project. Jada Pinkett Smith's mind was forever changed by Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur and Will Smith could not be more opposite if they tried. And Will Smith has been trying to compete with the ghost of a dead man for the longest. And you go back to an interview that Jada Pinkett Smith did 10, 12 years back on Piers Morgan's show, and she talked about her sex life with Will back then. And she said that Will got me when I was in a bad place. And he said, he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. And he said something along the lines of, I'm going to make you a great wife. And he went, and Will Smith decided to do what so many men in general, black men in particular, have been told to do, to go pick somebody who's not on your level and fix them. High value men, you do not. If you want to be a high value man, if you want to be in the top 20% of men getting to the top 10, top 5, top 3%, top 1%, you don't pick a project woman. You pick a woman that's fully assembled. Picking a project woman means you got to stop what you're doing and put the pieces together. And putting the pieces together, she will never thank you for putting the pieces together. She will resent you for remembering her when she was broken. Oh, shit. That's what's going to happen. Project women will never... See, guys like Will were told to love her through her brokenness. Like Iyanla Vanzant said, she told her sons. And what ends up happening is now that Will is who he is, Mr. $20 million a picture, Mr. Everything, women around the world would love to drink his dirty bathwater, and he's getting treated like a fool by this woman. It's like every week or month, Jada Pinkett Smith finds some way to embarrass Will Smith in public just so her ratchet ass name can remain relevant. Jada, stop it. You're a B-list actress at best. Low Down Dirty Shame was your highlight along with Poetic Justice. If Will Smith wasn't your husband, we would have forgotten about you. Nia Long is looking at you like, sit your ass down somewhere. Sunshine, what was her name? Leela Rashawn, Nia Long, what was that chick who was Ally McBeal? Lisa Nicole Carson. All these women are like, sit your monkey ass down somewhere. Vivica Fox is like, girl, please, Set It Off was a long time ago. I'm on Cocktails and Queens. But the only reason we're talking about your ass is because you keep embarrassing your husband. Understand something. I don't care what you do with your man behind the scenes, but you are doing this to a black man's image. Will, grab your balls and leave, partner. She keeps emasculating you in public, and she is making us all look bad and foolish. This is beyond bad. And she's not going to care because it's all about her. And gentlemen, why is this important? Because it could be a teaching lesson. Women who are projects, what Chris Rock said it, we'll never have a black president because black women don't want to play the back. Well, this is why you should not marry a woman who wants the spotlight. Doctor, lawyer. This is why I said women and high value men tend to avoid women who have a large social media presence, creatives, people who thrive, who want the stage or the spotlight. It is best to have a woman who likes to be in the shadows, to the side, not wanting to stand shoulder to shoulder with you as partners. Because you'll take your time, effort. I want you to look at all the times you've seen Will Smith taking a picture and he's showing Jada off and looking down at her and she's like, you go back and look at some of these photos, and you're like, God damn. That's your fault, Will. And that's your mom and them fault for telling you. That's my mom and them for telling us my mom and them told me that, telling us we'd be a good man for fixing women who don't care about you. What should have happened? Jada should have went off and got with a Tupac, so she could fix on him. Because ain't that what she went ahead and did anyway? A project woman went and found a man lower than her. If August Alsina couldn't have been more pathetic. A boy who was her son's age and addicted. A fixer-upper. It ain't like she didn't try to cheat up. She went down. High value women. Your man is down. He's not on your level. He's down. This whole notion of partners does not work. Your biology rejects it. Your biology rejects it. Your biology rejects the fact that every time a dollar must be spent, 50 cents of it comes from your hard labor. Your biology rejects it. I've been on both sides, and I'm gonna tell you, when you're on the side, and even on the side, I've been on both sides, even making money. So if you think you can be, you ladies think you want a guy who's gonna be a man that sits at home and runs a business, no. Women need to see men go out and do what we do, and there needs to be some mystery. But more importantly, gentlemen, project women, don't deal with women who are in process either. No, project women, meaning she's a fixer-upper. You are wanting to buy certified pre-owned, still has the warranty. You can check the vehicle history, low miles. That's either brand new or certified pre-owned is what you want. But you want to make sure that it's had one owner. No, you're going to get the best car you can afford if you have the money. Today, it would be better to Uber women than to buy one in this situation. Uber women until you can afford to buy what you need. Because as you get into your own, you'll be like, what was that? I saw O'Shea did a video talking about Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, and Gabrielle upset because Dwayne Wade's ex-wife is still lusting because Gabrielle ain't hitting no more. When he was Dwayne Wade before, when she was at the top of her whatever, now she's 50, showing her tatas off and trying to relive her glory years. Ladies, it's you ladies who are over 40, your grandmother's ages. Stop. It's time for the next generation, but you know what gets these women to do this stuff, folks, is their desire for the attention and spotlight. That's why they went into the careers they chose. And you notice you see this with women who have had some sort of notoriety or celebrity. or the desire of notoriety and celebrity. So, gentlemen, just understand women like that are going to be likely going to be problematic because as your star rises, they're going to want to step into the spotlight with you. Number one. Number two, project women. Women who are fixer uppers, avoid those. Well, what about this, Kevin? All right, what about the women who are in process? Avoid those too. Avoid the women who are in process. Meaning what? I came out of a 5-year relationship, just 7-year, a 3-year relationship. Okay, how long has it been over? 6 months, keep it moving. You look at however long a relationship, look at how long her longest relationship was in. And if she hasn't been single for at least 30% of the time, peace her out. If she isn't, if women have, if you ask a woman, has she had any kind of counseling or therapy, hasn't had it, I've said it before. Shout out my best friend in the world knows I'm telling the truth. The women I deal with, I actually have them take a test. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. In order for me to deal with you seriously, you must take a test. It's called Clifton Strengths Finder. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and post it up here. My buddy, I actually recommended this assessment. I talked to you. I told you guys it was the thing that changed my life, changed the way I looked at the world because it helped me understand who I was more than anything else. Yeah, you can go take the Clifton Strengths Finder test on your own, but just getting the data is meaningless. So when I post this up in the chat room, I am posting it up because it helps to have an actual consultation with the certified strength professional who even Gallup recognizes that they are looking at the information in a revolutionary way. Why is that important? Because I posted this up there once and somebody actually said, oh, well, you can just take the test for $15. If I post something in my chat room and I see you do that shit, I will block you. Make no mistake. If I post something in the chat room that I'm promoting, I'm doing it for a reason. And if moderators, if you see somebody say, well, you can just take a $15 on your own, block them. That's your warning. Why is that important? Because it bothers me that people just think you just do stuff to be doing it. How often do you guys see me promote anything? With all the notoriety and stuff that I have, I rarely promote a damn thing. So if I'm doing it, I think I should have enough credibility with you folks to understand that I'm not doing it for selfish reasons. I'm doing this because it can actually be helpful and beneficial. But this test, the Clifton Strength Finder, was something that a friend of mine actually specialized in. And when I sat down, and he actually sat down with me and explained what I thought I knew about myself, changed my world. It's been that way since. So why is this important? Because I think we're going to have to start being more deliberate about how we approach dating and relationships. Because we were not taught this stuff. Okay? We were not taught this stuff. We were not taught how to sort. We were not taught how to vet. We were not taught any of this stuff. So either you try to figure this out now, where is this thing at? We were not taught how to sort. We were not taught how to vet. So either you figure it out now or you try to figure it out in process. My suggestion is I think everybody would do well to have had some counseling and some therapy. I think everybody would do well. If you came from a single parent household or you were a child of divorce, if you didn't come from a traditional family that taught you gender roles and what your role was as a man or a woman, it would be wise. It would be wise, in my opinion, to actually understand who you are. Who you are and how you move in this world. Where is this thing at? Are you here? I don't know if he's here. Embarrassment. Okay, so I'm going to put this link in the comment section. This is for people, and I paid for this myself. So, but in other words, let me explain to you. You don't want to accept a project woman, a woman who's a fixer-upper, a woman who's in process. How you can fix your process is to understand what your strengths and talents are and how you use them. Because understanding what makes you who you are and what frustrates you and doesn't work for you. That. There it is. And just post it in there. So respect my chat room. I'm posting it there for a reason. So you not only get the assessment that you can use for the rest of your life, you actually also get it broken down in an innovative way that actually makes it make sense. Like me, I'm strategic, ideation, individualization, activator, maximizer. Now, before that, I was Myers-Briggs, ENTJ or ENTJ. And according to that, there were like 60 or 70 different things that I would pick. One of them said accountant and this and that. Never made sense to me. On the colors chart, I'm an extreme green. That's logical. Meaning on Clifton Strength Finder, my number one strength is strategic. My second one is ideation. I'm a strategic mind and I'm a creative idea mind. That's why guys can see me improvise. I got a lot of ideas. 98 of them out of 100 ain't gonna work, but those two can be groundbreaking. Individualization, meaning I can see the gray areas. I can see the individual snowflakes. Activator, ready, fire, aim. That's unusual for a strategic because a strategic normally wants to analyze, but I analyze while you're sleeping. I'm like Neo plugged into the Matrix. I'm analyzing all the time. So when I decide to move, I move fast. And it tends to freak people out because they associate people who move fast with people who are moving recklessly, and they don't understand that I'm waking up saying, "Whoa, I know kung fu," because I've been analyzing. And then I'm a maximizer. When I do something, it must be to the highest quality, the best level. I do not like mediocrity, which made me a horrible first-time manager of new people. You don't want somebody who is an activator, who has a high level of excellence with somebody who's brand new and green who needs to be taught. So I had to learn that was a strength of mine, but also a weakness, and therefore become a much better person at taking all this knowledge I know and making it simple enough to where I can say,
I'm a PhD.
Or CIA or FBI. This is a lifetime of becoming me, just like you've been a lifetime of becoming you. So it makes sense to where if you're going to be a man of value or a woman of value, knowing what works for you, more importantly, or what doesn't work for you, helps us have a better chance of avoiding making these kinds of mistakes. And the biggest mistake is think of all the time and effort you're going to have to put into becoming the best version of yourself, gentlemen. And you do not want to pick a woman who is going to be a drag on you, who's going to lower you down, who's going to take your wind out of your sails, who is not going to be who's not going to be an asset. So no projects, no in process. What kind of women do you want to deal with? You want to deal with a woman who, all these women are saying that they're the prize. Well, they should be able to quantify what makes them the prize up front. No projects, no in process. What should she be to you? She should be a net positive. She should be a positive impact on your life immediately. From the day you meet her, she should be a net positive. Every time you talk to her and deal with her, she should be moving and elevating. You should be her priority. Your priority should be your purpose. Now I know that women are going to be asking like, well, what about us? Well, you got your own coaches. I'm in it for the men. I'm in it to help the men get the best version of themselves for what they want. But ladies, if you want to be with a man at this level, you need to understand that you will be third. He is number one. His purpose is number two. You are number three. And your goal needs to be an asset to be him. That's why I tell so many of these women who are professional women that and I don't even like saying it this way because when you say it this way, so many professional women think it's this, it will be them. I have met 5 professional women who are masters, PhD, or masters or PhD up in that area, who are over 30, who I believe are as of the quality of the women that men say they want, traditional women. Yep, only in the last year and a half, 4 or 5, and uh, yeah, dated one. The other ones went with somebody else. I met some women who were wanting to be there, but they still had work to do. Why did I say that? Because so many women today classify themselves as traditional women. They think they're ready for these relationships, the kind of men they say they want, and you don't realize that you need work. So when I was on another channel the other day, I was talking to them. I'm like, you guys approach dating like it's just supposed to happen. Like a man of value is supposed to be free. Like you don't have to do anything. What did I say? I put 80 of you guys in a room, put you and 7 of your friends in a room, and I bring in 2 men who fit the criteria that all you guys want, and I put a stick, a pencil, and a knife, and say fight. You know what the response I got? The response is, what did you think happened? Don't do nothing. Because you don't want to offend the other women. Because in women like their mind, we're supposed to work for them. Don't matter how old they are. Doesn't matter how failed their love life is. Don't matter how the truth of the matter is they don't have a man of value that they want actually vetting in to be a wife. They think it's still going to happen. Then I said, okay, well, then if I pull down another window and brought in 8 non-black women, they'd start competing for them. Oh, well, we weren't raised that way. We were raised to think something different. Well, okay. Well, but let me switch the 2 men from 2 black men to 2 white men. Fight. Yeah, I would start doing it. The point is, mating has always been competitive. And it needs to be it needs to be a smart decision. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. No men are perfect. No women are perfect. But you need to have someone that matches a man who's a man of value, a high value man, a productive, competitive, successful man. You must have a woman who is a net positive to your life. She cannot bring negative. That means she cannot be in process and she cannot be a project. This is why there's such an emphasis on having women with no children, because those children are a net negative for a man. This is why there's so much emphasis on a woman not having a pet, because it's a net negative for a man. All of these things. Ladies, let's talk about it. Q&A is open. I got started a little bit late. Ladies only, Zoom room. Q&A on anything we've talked about this week. Sorry for being late today. But I really was anyway. It is what it is. It is what it is. So my question to women, if you don't want to have your face shown on YouTube, you can request that. I'll do my best to honor that. But my question is, I target my message to men who want to be something. Men who I believe uh, deserve to have women who want to be on their side. My question to you ladies is, what do you ladies honestly believe you should have to do to get a man? Because I'm gonna be honest, most women feel like just because they are in the possession of a vajayjay, That's all they have to do. That's enough. And I'm sorry, it ain't. It is not enough. It has never been enough. It never will be enough. Gentlemen, for you guys, are you on the level of sophistication you need to have in order to get the kind of woman you want? Gentlemen, are you on the level of sophistication to have the kind of woman you want? Y'all weren't expecting that Uno reverse, were you? Gentlemen, are you on the level of sophistication to have the lady you say you want? Because I know a lot of guys who want women who are professionals. I know a lot of men who want women who are professionals. I wanted a professional woman. That's why I decided to make myself a well-rounded man because I knew I wanted a certain kind of life. Are you on the level to get the kind of woman you say you want? Are you on that level? Have you had an evaluation? Who has evaluated this stuff? Now, let me see. I'm going to go read through here. Let me go through here and read some of these things again real quick. All right. So I'm going to go back about 30 minutes ago. Good stuff, homie. Wife tripping with the he need to read my mind stuff. Exactly. Let's also talk about this. Love the content. Can't wait for the couples retreat to book Kevin in his service. Okay, I see what you're talking. I know what you're talking about. The likes up, appreciate it. Came through to show my support as soon as I clicked the video intermission. All right, I'm going to mention something up. One thing that I will say that Jada was correct about, and those ladies were correct about. Gentlemen, we're gonna have to, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta have a way to talk about sex. You gotta have a way to talk about sex, and that's why I go back to that assessment stuff. Sex, uh, bad, unsatisfactory sex life ruins his relationships. And here's the thing: men in general, we want these women who are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. You want a bona fide bad chick. You want a fine woman. Uh-huh. You want a woman that's a baddie. Mm-hmm. You want her to be beautiful. But are you gonna get in there and be a savage in the bedroom? Hmm? Are you gonna get in there and be a savage in the bedroom? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, and I was in this category, so I can. If you're not gonna be a savage in the bedroom, you're gonna end up messing up. Many times men look at women who are attractive and like, "Ooh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that." No, no, no. You need to be a savage in there. Shout out to the late great Patrice O'Neill. He wish he had. He said he wish he had one of them things that when he took his clothes off, that she's like, "Oh, cause man." That's a whole nother broadcast. But you need to be ready to be a savage. So I've said this a couple of years ago. Shout out to Donovan. I said we need to have effing school. Some of you dudes need to go to a school to learn how to stroke and to do what you need to do. Victoria, unmute yourself. You may. I don't care how big your thing is. If you don't know how to use that thing, no, no. Anyway, we need to. Some of y'all, boy, how are you? I'm not trying to embarrass nobody. How are you? How old are you? All right. So, what do you got for me? Okay. Do you, where are you from? Where are you from?
Thing, but
Okay, you want to aim high. Okay, but where are you from?
originally Dominican Republic, but
Hmm.
I was born and raised in DC,
DC.
Washington, DC.
You have any children?
No,
Okay.
I do have a puppy.
Oh,
Well, I
good
call him a
God.
puppy, but he's actually his.
All right. Yeah, I got the audio back on, but you're 34. Did you go to college?
Yes, but I didn't graduate. I attended massage therapy school.
Oh Lord.
I graduated
Oh
from
Lord.
there.
Okay, so okay, you say you like to aim higher. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that. What does that mean?
Last year, during the riots, I decided to just try normal dating. And I say normal dating because I was formerly a sugar baby for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
Um, the man was very generous, and we kind of came up with a checklist of things for me.
But
And then I guess when you say we checked
okay,
the entire list.
okay, but I need you to get to the I need you to get to the meat of this. You aim high.
Essentially,
You
I've
aim high.
dated,
Why? You
I've
aim high.
dated
Why?
laterally, like I've dated a guy near my age. I've
Okay.
dated a little bit older. I haven't
What kind of?
necessarily
Okay,
had
hold on. Let
like
me
their
stop you.
income
Hold
or
on. Hold on.
anything
Hold
like
on. Can
that.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I'm not getting the information. So here's a question. Aiming higher, fine. But can you afford to pay for the lifestyle you want
You
without the
asked
assistance
this
of
very tricky question.
without the assistance of a man? Can you and your competency level afford to fund the lifestyle you desire?
I am currently living my lifestyle. I am
That's a
currently able to
yes
sustain
or a
that.
no. That's a yes or a no.
I would say that when you ask on like a long-term scale,
Yes, I mean your
because
lifestyle. I mean, yes, ma'am. That means your life. Okay, let me
yes,
make it real clear. You're a massage therapist, yes?
yes.
All right. There are no rich massage. There are rare massage therapist is rich. I know this very, very well. So, as a single woman with no children as a massage therapist, you will be middle income. So, without the assistance of financial assistance of a man, could you afford the lifestyle you aspire to off your own labors?
Currently,
No,
I'm doing that.
currently, ma'am,
However, when I get to that,
no, currently, over your adult life until retirement.
retirement, I will not be able to
Okay,
sustain that.
so
So I need
see
to get
that's the
in.
difference between men and women. We don't just talk about the current because it makes us feel good. Meaning, in order to do what you do, your body must not break down. You must keep a clientele and you must have the drive to do massage in perpetuity until you retire and then hope to have enough money saved up to live on in your retirement. So my question is very simple. The lifestyle you want to live currently and in the future, can you afford to pay for it yourself?
No, I would probably
Thank
need
you.
to aim to
So where does this desire for this lifestyle come from?
well, I believe personally it didn't necessarily come from anywhere except for just being a good student and kind of
A good student,
outdoing
a
my
good
peers. And then it came with the package.
ma'am, this lifestyle. You say you want to aim higher. Let's define this. Sugar babying and that kind of stuff. What kind of lifestyle, as far as an annual income, would you want a man to? Do you want to be able to travel internationally?
I'm able to do that now. However, I don't choose to because
Do you
I
want to be able to
took a
travel
whole
internationally through your
money.
lifetime,
I'm
or do you
sorry, I
want to
didn't.
do? Okay. Do you want children?
Actually, not really.
All right. Do you want to own a home, or do you want to live in an what do you want to kind of residence do you want to have?
Probably a condo.
A condo in what part of town?
Um, I'm comfortable. I live in LA.
Condo in
So
what part of town? Do you
I
want
would
it to
say
do you want it to
Beverly
be in the
Hills.
nicer areas of town, or do you want it to be in the more economically challenged? Do you want there to be a
Oh no,
nice?
definitely in the
Okay.
better zip
All right.
codes.
So again, how much would those? How much do these? How much would a place? How much would the kind of place you want to live in cost?
Um, well, per year, I would probably need to cover rent for about $50,000 just in rent.
Uh huh. So, and how long is a typical mortgage?
To be completely honest, I don't know
All
anything
right.
about
So,
mortgages.
my point is, like many women, your lifestyle desire outpaces your income. Did you grow up this way, experiencing these things? Did you experience a 4,000 dollar a month condo or a home that was $4,000 a month?
No, straight out, no.
Okay, thank you. So you didn't grow up that way. So you didn't grow up with. So this appetite has come from something you did not live and something you can't afford to pay for. So a man has to pay for it. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But the reason you can even ask for that is because you rank yourself higher than the average. Your sexual marketplace value higher than the average woman. Because does the average woman get what you're talking about?
I'm not sure what
No, they
the
don't. The average women
average.
don't live in $4,000 a month condos. And I'm saying
Okay.
this to you, man, because so many of you ladies don't think long term. And you're 34, but guess what? You're gonna be 40, just like. And you're talking about the men who are laterally or this or that. Okay, fine. But if you want a lifestyle that's at a higher level, do you want to be married?
Ideally, I would love to be married. Um, However, I just feel like the LA scene is changing. I'm not sure how to adjust fully with the flow. I'm just kind of
Mm-hmm.
um,
And I'm going to say
putting on
something. I'm going to move you to
myself.
the side. I'm going to move you to the side. This is why high value men tend to avoid creatives and massage therapists, because you guys are very spiritual, flowy kind of people, and you really trade off your looks and your sex, just fine as long as your looks and your sex hold up. But a man who's serious, who's moving, needs somebody who's going to be a net positive, who's thinking long term, who's trying to plan. And when men hear you, when men hear women like yourself talk, you sound like a good time girl. But he'd have to slow down to teach you stuff. And you don't even know if you want to be married. Well, if you're not married, you know the numbers don't work out. You ain't gonna make enough money to retire on and live comfortably. No kids. Where does that end up? The streets.
I suppose you're right. I'm going to agree 100% with that. Um, I simply believe that with where I'm at, I do agree with the, like, if I were to expand my horizons, what I'm experiencing is I have to open up my boundaries to like guys who are not necessarily in the same income bracket as myself. And
What
I
income
find
bracket is
myself
that?
having to be
What
very
income bracket
careful
is
with
that?
my word
What income
selection.
bracket is that?
Are you asking me to tell my income?
Well, you just said it. Expand your income bracket. You don't have to be exact, but your earnings. Are you over six figures an earner? Under six?
60,000? Yes.
6,000,
I'm
60,000.
over 60,000 per year. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's great. But it's also LA. So in LA, where the cost of living is like 213% of the national average, you take that income and you'd be right around $30,000 in Atlanta or Dallas or Austin. So when people say they're in, in Northern California or in LA with these higher incomes, that's still average people. So you have to expand your options for men making more than 60,000. Is that what you're saying? Because I'm trying to help you get to a solution here, but I'm not
So
understanding.
I suppose I do need to book a one-on-one session. This is just my way of not only just saying hello, but expressing that I do think that there are valuable women out there. And I have gone as far as looking into hiring a matchmaker because what I'm experiencing is to keep boundaries with the people and maintain professionalism in my life. I have to just kind of experience outside of my network, and most of my network is my clientele. And essentially, I want to meet men like my clientele, but outside of my clientele.
Your friend, hold on, meet men like who?
Men like my clientele, but outside of my clientele.
Okay, and your clientele are who? Like, what kind of professions are we talking about?
I don't want to compare, but I have several clients that tend to fit the profile of what a high value man.
Ma'am, I know I know the massage business very well.
Yeah.
I know it. I mean, my personal life I already told it, but here's the thing, okay? I make a very strong line between what men deal with and what they marry. And high value men tend to want to marry somebody who is going to be an asset. If you don't want children, that's taking a big asset piece off. Okay? That's just simply how it is. And you may be a perfectly nice person, maybe lovely to be around, but I'm going to just bottom line it. Guys look and say you're a massage therapist. I mean, you can provide for yourself. It's not the norm that you see men who are attorneys, physicians, heads of industry, leaders, heads of state, movers and shakers, masters of the universe, marrying women like that. I mean, you'll hear about it in LA. I mean, Robert De Niro married a bartender, but that's LA. Most places, people want somebody who can, a man wants a woman who can bring an asset. So I'll say this. Ask yourself this question as I bring somebody else in. What kind of man would you be shooting for if you felt like you looked like an average woman?
The last guy I dated, probably.
But ma'am, if you're not wanting to get married, not wanting to have any kids, your sexual marketplace value has dropped down to around there because you're still trading off your look. Huh?
Ideally, I would like to get married.
Okay. I'm gonna bring somebody else in.
Okay.
Hold on, Ashley, go ahead. See, ladies, what I think what this example shows is women often think a lot about what they want. I'm gonna bring everybody else in. Ashley, and this is fine. And I understand why women think about what they want because the society and the world has told you, ladies, to dream big, to imagine for you, and that you're all winners, and that as long as you're not a felon, you're a good woman. We judge men realistically. We do not judge women realistically, and women do not judge themselves realistically. That is why on this show, you guys often see women who don't know how to judge themselves, either their looks, their body, which equates to sexual marketplace value, or their amenities, the things that they bring to the table. And they will all tell you that they're going to get what they said they want. And it's all above average. Go ahead. Um, but you got to understand that if you're over 30, not likely. Unmute yourself. Oh yeah. Unmute yourself. Hello. Then next
Hello.
Crystal. Well, Crystal was gone. Well, next Victoria. How are you? Hello, Nalia.
Hello.
Nalia. Is that how I pronounce
I'm
your
here.
name?
Yes.
How do I pronounce your name?
Nyla,
All right. How old are you?
23.
All right. So what are we talking about? What question do you have?
I want to divorce my husband.
What?
I want to divorce my husband.
Okay.
He's a high value man.
All right. I'm listening. What do you want me to do about it? You want to divorce your husband? He's a high value man, and
The expectations. Too
I
many
expect to, I expect you to be able to communicate with me. I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. I don't know you. I want to divorce my husband. He's a high value man. Okay. What's next? Hello.
I don't know.
How long have you been married?
A year.
You have any children?
No children.
Thank Jesus. How old is your husband?
My husband is 70 years old.
Mm-hmm. What year was he born in?
44. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Yeah. So if you're gonna try to troll me, you should do better than this. If you're gonna try to come in here and troll and do something like that, you should come with a better story.
No,
Oh
my
yeah, yeah.
husband,
Oh, uh-huh. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Uh-huh. You don't know your husband's birthday and he's 70, he was born in 44? That math don't even work. Why are you here?
19.
Why are you here?
My husband is 79
Uh-huh.
and I'm
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, uh-huh. No, you're a fool. But that's okay.
And here's my ring.
Mm-hmm. Cracker Jack has rings and boxes all day long. You keep looking off to the side because somebody's feeding you information. Why are you here? I mean, seriously, though. At 23 years old, don't you have anything better to do?
I'm not trolling, Kevin,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
at all.
Then who's in the room with you?
My daddy, he wanted me to call in, and I've been nervous all day watching your
But why do you want
videos.
to do? Why are you married to if you're married to a 70-year-old man?
Yes, I did.
Why? Why?
Well, I love my husband.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So why?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up. I love him so much that I want to divorce him. Here's my ring. Are you off your meds, man? I'm going to go ahead and get somebody who. See, I want you guys to understand that how the level of seriousness. Now I'm going to juxtapose. Hello.
Hi, Kevin. How are you
How are you?
today? I'm doing well. A little nervous.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
All right. What do we got? What are we talking about?
Well, I have just one thing to say. It's why do women believe that they want a high value man?
Why?
Personally, being in interaction with a few of them, they usually want other women on the side. They're willing to put them up in an apartment, pay for everything,
How old are you?
and you'll never be a
Hold
wife.
on, hold on. How old are you?
30.
30? What do you mean in
I
an
look young.
interaction you've been with them?
Pardon?
What do you mean
Pardon me?
what do you mean in the interactions you've had?
I mean, I used to live in New York,
Ma'am,
and
ma'am.
yeah, yes.
Is something in the air tonight? Did the Joker release something in Gotham City?
I mean,
Because it's like you
maybe
came in
I'm a
you came in here
5, maybe
talking
I'm a
about high
4,
value men like
maybe
they all. I don't talk to me. Like I mean, you got due respect, ma'am. When's the last time you had a relationship?
I'm married.
Okay, then go on back with your husband. Go on. High value nothing. I don't get it. Po babies. Hello, Victoria. Where's my psychiatrist friend? I told you they see guys what's happened around All Hallows Eve. They tend to let the inmates out of the asylum. You got crazy 23-year-old with a 70-year-old with her daddy. Then you got Fight the Power Pick Force. Hello, how are you? All right. Your thing ain't working either. So you need to get your camera together. So this is your competition, people. Let's do this again. See, one of the things I noticed that you got to be careful of you ladies who you get advice from, because many women will just tell you guys stuff to derail you because they're not winning in life. I swear to God, I seem to find more women. We have 26% of the women in our community that are married, but I find more married women who have all had all these high value men and all these experiences, and you sitting up here in a house coat from Dollar General with a mood ring on. She had a damn mood ring on. Talking about, yeah, I used to date me some high value men. Really? You got a goddamn mood ring on from 1970. and a public enemy fight the power pick. Fight the power. Somebody put the link in the description. Okay. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that mood ring from 1970? The mood ring? Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of dollar. Shape of general. God damn it. I'm going to hell. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, and you got to be able to keep up with kind of stuff like this because people will try to get you guys to accept the least. I don't tell you guys what you should want. I just ask you, what do you want? Why do you want it? And can you get it? I don't make a value judgment on it. And understanding what the kind of men you want from a woman. That's why I have this term called executive wife. Where you, Victoria, you fit more into what I would consider to be an executive wife because there are a lot of guys out there who aren't looking for children. Not looking for families, but they are looking for women that can bring a level of peace, tranquility, and they want a level of they want that urban kind of not urban. They want a more exciting life. What happened to the other lady? I'm waiting for these other folks to join. And see, but in order for this to happen for a lot of you ladies, you got to get real. And I think over the age of 33, you ladies need to start taking stuff off the table. Do you really seriously want children over the age of 33? Not are you open to it? Do you want them? Meaning that life would be a failure if you don't. But see, people will tell you ladies to keep everything on the table, and that's dumb. You need to start taking things off the table to start focusing on the things you want. For me, children are not a necessary requirement. They could happen, but I already have my child. I also don't understand why so many women over the age of 35 are still talking about they want 3 and 4 kids, 2 and 3 kids. When you ain't had a relationship longer than 18 months. So it is far more appealing to a man to sit down with a woman who's over 30 and says, you know what? I kids are off the table for me. Hello?
Hi.
You need to hold the phone steady. How old are you?
23.
All right, ma'am. Your phone is got your forehead up on it. Can't see you. What's going on?
Question.
Well, before we do all that, you're 23.
I need a man. How am I supposed to get?
And that's where you go bye bye. So, bring in the folks. Y'all got to get better at trying to troll. I mean, you're not gonna get your 15 seconds of fame with me. So, executive wives. Executive wives are wives like executive assistants. Have you ever met a man who has an executive assistant? His work wife tends to be fit the category of what I would call an executive wife. Men don't. The executive assistant is as valuable to him in his business life as his wife is in his personal life. So if you have a higher level, if you have a kind of clientele where you're around these kind of men, what are you learning from these men as to why, as what they want in women?
Are you asking me
Yeah,
directly?
yeah. I mean, because
So,
if you're aiming for a man of a certain caliber, I would say it would be more sense to figure out the uh, the industries that these guys tend to work in, the ages of the men you would want to target, and your stance on kids. Oh Lord.
so I have like a bit of a workable list for what I think he's gonna look like. And I say, because of my age range, I think he'll be like 42-ish. And I,
42-ish?
in my experience, I've experienced that the men of this caliber want more fun. So in what I've witnessed from your show of like, just in observing, a lot of the women are like traditional. They're like, oh, I want to cook and clean and like dust after his feet. And like, that's not what I've experienced that they want. And a lot of the, I'm sorry.
But you also have to take into consideration if you met this man sugaring, all they hired you was fun.
Mm.
That's what I hire you. That's what I hire a sugar baby for. If I mentor you, you're there on an allowance for fun. I've got her for the serious stuff. You are meant to bring nothing but enjoyment. But guess what? I don't spend my time on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. I got to get back to this work. So unless these men are not working and they're just living off the residuals and they're not doing anything that they're supposed to generate income, they got to get back to their regular life. You see what I mean?
I understand.
So if you're just going on vacations and things, that's what it may appear to be like. So that's one of the big mistakes, to thinking that they just want fun. Well, and but even if we take it that way, that means you'd have to stay on the fun side. And what guarantees are you going to have that in 5 years he's not going to get the newer model?
I know that crosses my mind.
What is this person doing? Her audio's not connected. She over here.
She wants to talk to you really badly.
I see it. Well, she gonna have to get her shit together. I'll talk to her. But see, I let you back in because I think you have a workable. You're in LA, number one, where this kind of thing can work. But are you open to being part of a rotation?
I'm open to it.
If you're primary?
I'm open to it. I've been asked before about sister wives, and it's not something completely off the table for me because
I'm not talking about sister wives, because generally the people who want their sister wives shit are broke. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about a bona fide rotation. Because
Right.
sister wives, that means I got to put you in the same kind of house or in the house, and you have to have the same stuff. So you got to provide at those same levels. From what I understand of the sister wife thing, and if I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected. But what I usually hear people doing this sister wife stuff is they're normally not people making $400,000 or $500,000 or more. The guys I'm talking about is you're the primary executive wife, but because it doesn't sound like you want anything really formal. You'd like to be married, but you know, there are tax benefits to being married. There are all kind of reasons why someone will get married, but if you're open to having a non-traditional marriage, then you have more options available for men who don't want children and who are looking for a lifetime companion, a lifetime wife who's not necessarily dusting off feet and carrying on.
Right. I've kind of assessed who maybe I should be aiming for, which is why I've looked into like matchmaking.
Hold on, go ahead.
I've kind of been in the presence of a lot of techies, and I believe that if this is not my area, that maybe I need to go like more north towards San Fran or Oakland area. And I've had the like luxury of enjoying their company and even being in like a work ambiance as an assistant back when I was in the corporate world. And essentially I get a good connection. However, because I'm not constantly spinning in those circles and the guys do have a lot of options. Personally, I feel that I would have the same options. I currently have
okay.
closed
You use
myself.
a lot of words. Hold on. Tech guys.
Yes.
I think you're a little too. Spiritual for that kind of stuff.
Okay.
iPhone, your audio's not connected, and neither of your stuff's not connected either. And if y'all gonna try to troll, you gotta understand you're gonna get screened. It's not gonna work. You gotta do better than that. You just get blocked and left. Look, 42 years old. What kind of income do you? Okay, what kind of car would you like to drive when you're 40 years old?
I just put down my registration fee for a Model S. So.
Or a Mercedes.
Hopefully. Oh no, Tesla.
A Tesla. Okay, and how much does that car cost?
$69,000.
Right. And what kind of home would you like? Condo. But
Condo.
do you know how much these things cost in
Yes.
LA? How much?
For the rent for my apartment, probably average around $50,000 a year. So
right.
Currently,
so you're talking about someplace. You're talking about something that's like $600,000. $600,000. No. For no kids, you could get away with. But still, you're still looking at around $400,000 for your car. Do you want to have to work? Be honest.
Oh, I would cater to my man 100%.
Do you want to have to work? Do you want to have to earn income to pay bills?
Oh, are you talking about now? Yes, I would.
Do you want to have to work when you're with your man? No. When you're with your man, do you want to have to work to pay bills?
No.
All right. So you want to be a house. You want to be a kept woman. That's what you want. Okay. Then you need to know this off the rip. This is probably going to be, if you can learn and listen to this, you're one of the most beneficial calls. The kind of men you're talking about need women who are realistic and understand the game they're talking about. You don't want to have any babies. Fine. You're a massage therapist. Cool. You want to be a kept woman and you want to live a rich woman, a lower upper class or upper class lifestyle. All right. Well, then you don't want to cook, clean, and cater like a traditional woman. Fine.
I wouldn't mind doing those things if that's what he wants. I would gladly do all of those. I come with recipes from Dominican Republic.
Do you want to though? Do you want to? Do you want to?
if that's what he wants, I want that too.
So what women like you need to figure out what it is you're going to do to fill up the day. Because if there are no kids, so let's say I snap my fingers and I have Keith and he's in LA and he's a corporate financier. He works in mergers and acquisitions. Guess what? He's got to leave the house or go to work from 7 to 7. No kids. You're only in the gym for so long. You can only do your beautification. What is the rest of the day spent doing?
Whatever he commands.
No, he's gone. He's gone. He's running life, business. See, that's my point. You'd be waiting for him to come home. He's gone 12 hours. You in the gym 2 hours at best. What's the other?
You have a business. I don't mean to cut you off.
But what are you going to be doing while he's gone?
Okay, so
and your business, due respect, ma'am, your business, you just said you don't have to pay any bills. So your business just is to keep you busy because it's not to really have any real financial impact.
I believe that the guy that will see me as valuable will see my future spa.
So in other words, see, that's why I need you to understand. See right here. Now it's going to start getting real. Ma'am, you may be cute, but you're just a bill. You want to be a kept woman with no kids and you want a man to go out and be successful. Then you want him to go take all his goddamn money and his busy life and take it and throw it into your pet projects. That's crazy as hell.
If he wanted my money, it could go
You don't have no money. You don't have any money. You're a massage therapist in LA, ma'am. And that's what I mean. You ladies act like this Housewives of Hollywood and Love and Hip Hop shit. Y'all are imagining that you can marry men who just have money and credit and everything else, and then they can take it and do something for you. And what does he get out of you? Sex. Well, he can hire you for a sugar baby and blow your back out or do whatever you want to and then leave. He don't have to marry you and put you on the mortgage and put you on the policies and all that other kind of stuff. He can give you a nice allowance for a short-term contract and get you up out of there and change and rotate women in like you every 2-3 months. Just like a new lease. See, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. If you want to talk this kind of level of game, you got to realize you ain't bringing nothing to the table except a bunch of an idea. But all you're really bringing is your sex and your looks, which it all gets old. It all gets old.
However, just to bring up what you say that we should be feminine, beautiful, and intelligent, I kind of just...
You're not getting it.
That I radiate that.
I don't give a shit that, ma'am. Have you ever sat down to a meal when you were really, really hungry and it was the best meal ever? But after you got full, did you desire it the way you did when you first sat down?
Good point.
Nope. You didn't.
So you bring up a really...
My point is, women who think like you don't bring much value. Long term, you're fun. And that's why I try to get you to understand. You think in terms of fun. And men do not keep women around for fun because you're not our fun. We find fun in conquering stuff. We find fun in our friends. We don't find fun in sitting around talking to you about your spa. We want you face down in the pillow. That's what we want. And you ladies need to start understanding who we as men are, especially the kind of men you're talking about. He has to get up and go make the money to pay for that condo and that Tesla and that gym membership and that expensive diet and that cat or dog or whatever that's running through. And you just get to sit home and be waiting for him to come home. Great. After he comes home and you service him immaculately and he is adoring you, it will get old. This is why I said, are you open to being part of the rotation? Because women like you,
yes,
if you're going to be the primary, somebody is going to have to be there to take the pressure off because the men get bored of this.
She can have him. we can come up with a schedule. I'm totally cool with that. I would like to say I'm coachable, and everything that you're mentioning is not like to me.
I get it, but it can't be. But you're putting yourself in. But see, the thing with an executive wife is they tend iPhone. I don't know who you are. Your audio's not connected. Executive wives tend to come with some sort of skill, some sort of something that is going to help improve the bottom line. Meaning, a lot of these women have come from marketing, advertising, accounting. They have some way of starting a way to impact the current revenue stream. Ma'am, everything that you are is an expense. So even if he married you today, it's not like you can come in and say, well, I can manage the social media and I can manage the marketing. I can do this, I can do that. And I have proven demonstrable outcomes of doing that. At best, is like, I can learn how to do it. And that's not what these guys do. They'll just go hire somebody to do that. And the harsh reality of just like there's so many women who are wanting to do what you do in LA, it's not even funny. And many of them used to fall into the adult industry. They still do.
May I say something?
Well, go ahead. I don't think you're getting it.
I just wanted to add, not as braggability or anything, but we didn't dig into like my work history, but I do have expertise in those areas, and I actually left school from studying those areas because I know that I needed to be in a more
you studied those areas. You have no proof of doing them. You're a massage therapist.
I've been able to.
Okay, ma'am, I'm okay. Let me just bottom line it to you. You're cute. You're a fun girl. At best, you're a side chick. You're not an executive wife because you don't have the skills to be that. A side chick at best. Side chick at best because a man that's moving at that level, what's he gonna do? Bring you around his colleagues and his wife?
Well, I did go to Howard.
Who are you talking to? Hold on. I don't care where you went. I'm telling you, the kind of men you're talking about, they're gonna sit. Let me go ahead and mute her. I don't know what this little thing over here. What this thing is. Ma'am, side chick. Yes. Meaning, hi, here's the pretty arm candy, but that has an age limit. And you've passed that age limit. You're 34. The age limit on that is 27.
I went to school for marketing.
Okay. All right. Yep. Nope. Good luck with that. I'm trying to save you something. Yeah, what is your issue, ma'am? Because first off, you need to straighten your face up. I don't know who you think you're dealing with, but I don't play that shit.
Is you talking to me, Kevin?
Is you talking to me? Yes, I is talking to you. Straighten your face up. I don't play that shit.
Okay.
Because I had you open earlier and I heard you went all in the background. What is your attitude? What is this? You called onto this show. What can I help you with? What are you here for?
Help.
Okay, well, can you act like you can at least be respectful? You came in the first time. I'm 23. I want to divorce my husband with a funky ass look on your face.
I'm sorry for having an attitude. And I was nervous. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Who's in the room with you?
Who's
in the room with you?
My dad, okay. Who I haven't seen in years.
Fine. How you've been married for a year? Why did you get married?
I got married to my husband. He gave me a great life.
I asked you, why did you get married?
Why did I get married?
Mm-hmm.
Because I love my husband and he gives me a good life.
Uh-huh. You have no children?
No children.
You've been married for a year.
Yes.
So you got married to your husband because he gives you a good life. What does that mean? He gave you a place to stay?
No. I've been with him since I was 19 years old.
And he was 66?
He's 79.
Okay, make up your ages, ma'am. If you're gonna lie, do better. First he was 79, 79. Pick up something.
I've been calling you, Kevin. I'm not lying to you.
Ma'am, I don't care if you. I mean, I'm gonna use this anyway. But you said one thing, then you said something else. I mean, what's his first name? Let's do that.
Gil.
Right. And it's Gil. Huh?
This is my husband.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture floating around.
This is my husband.
So why is he not with? Why is your daddy there and he not there? I saw the picture floating around. Why is your daddy there and he's not there?
Because I left.
Keep going. If you want to divorce him, bye. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, bye. I mean, okay. You act like I'm supposed to tell you to what? Stay? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
But I have to live a regular life?
Because you're a basic chick. At best, you'll live a regular life because you're basic. Hella basic. Basic with a bad attitude. I hope Gil go ahead and leave him before he decides to get smart and let you go.
I'm natural, honey.
A natural fool. Natural fool.
I'm natural and I'm pretty.
A natural fool with a bad attitude who's gonna get out here and realize the world don't owe you shit. When you get out here and this dude who you say is your husband ain't covering for you and your dad ain't doing shit for you, you're gonna get out here and realize you are a natural fool. Bad attitude. What year did you graduate high school?
2019.
What year did you graduate college?
I did 2 years of college.
So you got all this attitude, all this twisted up face. Why are you so goddamn angry at 23?
I'm not angry.
Oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah, you are. You something. You're not a pleasant person. Why are you this way at 23?
I'm very pleasant.
Okay, right. Why are you this way at 23? Because you want to get you say your so-called husband gave you a good life, yet you call in talking about you want to divorce him.
What a girl's a wish to have.
Right, and they're gonna get it when you leave. I mean, why are you bragging about something you want to leave? That's why I say you talk like a kid. I mean, you sitting there, look at this look on her face. She's sitting there, like these girls like they wish they had. But yet you talking about leaving it. What you gonna have when he's gone?
Daddy, that's why you made me call him.
Oh, no, he probably tried to help you so you don't screw up your life, but you're determined to fuck it up. So I say knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. This is why I recommend therapy so much, because the level of entitlement with so many of these young ladies, I want you to listen to this, the hostility. Acting, looking like the world owes you something. When's the last time you actually worked or had a job?
A year and a half ago.
Okay, so how you plan on taking care of yourself when that old man dies? Oh, you think we're gonna take care of you? You gonna find somebody else? Not after this. Not after this video. You won't.
I'm gonna take care of myself.
Right. You ain't worked in a year and a half. You got 2 years of college, so you say. You got minimum wage skills and a bad attitude.
Man.
Tell me I'm wrong. What's your associates in?
I'm an awesome woman.
I get it. I know you're good at pumping yourself up. But what is your associates in? Associates in black girl attitude. I'm an awesome woman. You're not a woman, you're a child. Your father likely, whoever told you to call, likely was trying to give you an intervention. But there's no helping people like a woman like yourself. You need to get out there where you belong. You need to get out there and belong and do what you're supposed to do.
She belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
Okay.
And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Guys, this is what I need you to understand. When you see the face of entitlement, don't think you're going to change it. Look at her. She can't get it. She doesn't get it. She's like, what the hell? My farts smell like perfume. Mm-hmm. See, I would tell you what often you see is that, let's just say this is true, which I doubt any of it's true because she can't even keep a lie straight. What we're seeing right now is a scared girl. That's the face of fear. That's the face of fear. But in our community, this right here often masks itself as strength, which comes across as attitude, because that's the only way women like her can actually feel like they have some control in their life, and they can actually feel like they can be heard. That's why you see so many women like her. They tend to get loud and attitude and this and that. Is because you got to look at not them, but the little scared girl in the corner that they're trying to protect. That's why I always recommend therapy, because in public, there's always this air of bravado and a show. She's protecting herself the best way she knows how. That's why I'm like, all right. I keep taking little dings at it. But when this is all over, when this conversation is over, unlike most people in her life who just kind of blow her off, I'm actually talking through her. She's going to hear some of it, whether she wants to or not. I mean, you don't get to be this age and be this hostile, this much attitude. But life has a corrective effect on us all. So I don't know what she thought she was doing, but if you are married, kudos. But men see this. And that's the thing you ladies need to recognize. The men that you would like to date in the future see you ladies. And what's going on now is a lot of guys aren't even taking the time to have sex with y'all. They're just deciding to get gone. A lot of guys are like, man, I don't want to hit that. I'm just be up out of here. I know, right? I know. And the ladies are like, why is she so angry? I don't know. That's hurt. That's hurt. That's what it is. That's hurt masquerading as strength. Nobody taught her how to act. That's what it is. No one taught her how to act. So that's hurt masquerading as strength. Now, I think this is the same chick. Is this that same chick that was you see floating around the internet with the 35-year-old or the old ass husband? Let's go ahead and bring y'all in. If you want to come on in, get on camera. And you sit there, you can sit there, young lady. You know, I'm not mad at you. I know you're young and scared. I know you're young and scared. So I'm not mad at you. Most people will reject you. I won't. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to let you sit there. I'm going to let you sit there and get it. That's what you need to get. Amy, unmute yourself.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you, Amy?
28.
28. All right. What are we talking about
Please
tonight?
request to be off camera before we go ahead.
Can.
Thank you.
So
I'm not sure what the topic is exactly, but I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I have I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I don't have a problem meeting men, right? But my
Okay.
issue is I'm not sure what it is about my energy or aura that attracts them sexually, like right off the bat.
Attracts them sexually?
Yes, like I feel like they always want sex or like instantly.
Okay.
And I don't think I give off that energy. So I would just like to get your perspective on that.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Sorry?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with them?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with men being attracted to you for sex?
Absolutely nothing. It's just the timing in which it happens.
What do you mean?
I would say like first conversation, like if it's like a FaceTime call or something, right? Or even the
Mm-hmm.
first date, as soon as that
Were you
happens,
raised with your mother
it's
and father in
instant.
the household?
I'm sorry?
Were you raised with your mother and father in the household?
Yes.
Okay, let me let you in on a secret.
Hmm.
As soon as we see you, we want to screw you.
Okay.
That's how we're wired. The average man thinks about sex about 7 times a minute. We don't really have a choice. Do you have any pets? Do you
I'm
have any
sorry.
pets? Do you have any pets?
I do not.
Have you ever watched the Nature Channel, like National Geographic or anything like that?
Yes.
Have you ever seen what happens when the males mating
Mhm.
is what we do? It would be abnormal if we did not want to have sex with you as soon as we saw you.
I don't
Why do
disagree
you
with
think
that
why do
at
you
all.
think nature gave you the eyes you have, the lips you have, the curves in your hips? Why do you think you've evolved that way? It's to make a man look at you and want to put his DNA into your vessel to get us on into the next generation. That is our first commandment, to be fruitful and multiply. And I'm letting you ladies know because the modern women seem to think that men are off because that's the first thing that comes to our mind. That's all we want you for. That's all of you. This world is built. The air conditioning you have, the lights you have, the comfortable pillows behind you is to make you comfortable so you open your legs so we can enter you. If men could have the kind and caliber of woman they chose and the frequency at which we wanted and live in a cave, we would not be beyond the Stone Age. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to interject. I don't think there's anything wrong with men wanting me sexually. Um,
But
it seems like there's no conversation sometimes, I'll just go straight into that. So
well,
I don't want to
well,
put it on them. I feel like it's something I'm doing. I'm not
well.
sure what
Okay,
it is.
okay. All right. So let's replay a date. The first date. They sit down and they ask you what their mouth do.
No, not that quick. And we'll have a normal conversation,
Uh-huh.
right? And say we'll be texting as soon as I'm home. Oh, thank you for the date. I appreciate you taking the time out, X, Y, and Z. And then I'll just be like, oh, I'm thinking about you. It's just like it goes 0 to 100. There's no in between.
Well, first of all, young lady, understand something. That you, as a grown woman, at 28 years
Yes,
old,
28.
400 or 500 years ago, you'd have been a grandmother by this time. So understand something. That's number one. Number two, why are you going on a first date with a man that you don't find? Why are you going on a first date with a man that you would seriously not have sex with?
Oh, I would. I
Okay,
I
all
I'm
right.
going
Well,
on
then if you go
all
on
the
date
time.
number one, and you go on date number one, if a man you'd have sex with, and the date is over, and is there a plan to go on date number two?
Yes.
Don't go on date number two if you're not planning on having sex. If you would have sex with him. So the men who are no. The men who are texting you, is there a date number two already planned?
Not no, not a lot of the time. I
All
feel like
right.
it just
Are
comes
these men that you would go on date number two because you would have sex with them?
absolutely.
Then what the French toast is the problem? You would have sex? No. You went on date number one, barrier crossed. Don't go on a date with somebody I'm not attracted to and that I could not see myself having sex with. Go on date 1. We see one another. We do the dating ritual. Date complete. After date, you said these men have moved to step 2. These are men that I would have sex with. So these men are acting on the fact that you would have sex and are trying to get sex initiated because we want to have sex as soon as possible.
I see. I understand.
So why don't you do this then? Why don't you ladies start doing this?
Yes.
Hey, I'll have sex with you on the 3rd date or 2 weeks from now, whichever happens first. Okay, cool. Then we can take it, or just fuck them on the 1st date and get it out of the way.
Okay, I hear you. That's a different perspective. Thank you for that.
Well, because you ladies need to understand that we don't really see you until we bust off anyway. I mean, really, we don't.
Okay.
Our head doesn't, and this is all of you. And see, and why I'm being so direct is because human beings, females tend to forget we still have an animalistic nature. The purpose of dating for men is sex.
Okay.
It is an elaborate dating ritual to just basically to figure out the combination to your vagina. If you wanted to, if you want to not have, or just give it to them and say it's yours. Here's the thing: you already got the punani. Your job right now is to not screw it up. I'm just not comfortable giving it to you today, but it's yours. Oh, it's yours. You're gonna get this, and I'm not gonna make you wait 90 days. But I don't want to feel like a hoe, but I do want to have a little conversation. Are you cool with the fact of knowing I'm going to drop it like it's hot in due course? He'd be like, well, shit, let's talk.
Okay, that's not forward. Okay, heard you.
There you go. I mean, I'm telling all the guys in the chat room, like, thank you, Jesus. Then we ain't got to worry about this shit. We don't want to be doing all this mess anyway. Escalate, not escalate, this, that. We don't want to keep trying to figure this out. So was that it? Was that the only question you had?
Yes.
She's like, hey, I don't think I want to ask no more.
No, that was good enough. Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you, you too. I appreciate it.
Bye. Ladies, it doesn't make men bad. Men want to, you should be happy that a man wants to have sex with you because there are women who wish they had men's sexual desire. Sabrina, you're next. Look at this little. Ooh, she's still here with the mad face.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Great. Okay. Oh, yes. Can also too. I would like to request not to be seen.
How old are you?
So I'm 28.
Okay.
I'm 28 years old. I've been with my husband since I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
He's 30. He's 36. He's like 8 years older than me. We have 5 kids together. I've been a stay-at-home mom mostly all my 20s.
Okay.
I have my 2 associate's degrees.
What's the question though? You got to get to the question.
Okay, well, my question is like, now since he's been watching your shows and he's been sending me a lot of your videos for me to watch and stuff. So now, you know, he's high value and like.
What's the question, dear?
Like a project woman, I guess.
What's the question,
or whatever.
dear?
And so my question is like, how can I just level up and like be that executive wife if it's not too late? If that makes sense.
Well. I don't. First of all, if I think what I heard you say, you've been married for how long?
We've been married for next month will be next week actually will be 8 years.
All right. And your husband has been watching my content, right?
I'm sorry.
Your husband has been watching my content.
Yes, he has.
All right. How many children do you have?
We have 5 kids. I just had twins 8 months ago.
So has your husband brought to you any issues or problems?
Yes.
What
he had?
What has been the most pressing issue?
Well, about me working, like me not like
about you going to work or not working?
that I'm not working. He thinks I'm lazy, but like
Okay,
I've
hold on,
been
ma'am. Okay. What you cannot do is I need you to give me the information. I don't need you to go ahead and fill in the picture. Make my own assessment.
okay.
You have 5 children.
Yes.
The youngest is how old?
9 months. I just had twins.
The
8
oldest
months
is
ago.
how old? The oldest is how old?
7.
And after having 5 children, is there financial pressure in the house?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the financial pressure, would the financial pressure be alleviated with you working and the children being in daycare?
I really don't think so because I'm just like, how can I go back out to the workforce with what skill, you know? So I was just like, maybe if I go
Okay,
back to school
hold
for
on.
2 years.
No. What question did I ask? Would the financial pressure be alleviated with you going back to work and the children being in daycare? Yes or no? Would it cost more for you to work or would it cost more for you to raise your kids?
Well, for right now, I guess for our situation, it would benefit for me to go back to work right
All
now.
right.
Just
All right. Are you
just
guys living in a home?
yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, I try to stay out of married issues, but if it's a money problem, you've got 5 kids. I don't really see how putting children in daycare is going to overcome the salary you're going to be making. But that seems like a pretty simple thing. If you make $40,000 in the work world and it's going to cost you $36,000 in daycare, there's no point to do it.
Right. Absolutely.
But you don't. But you
So
got to get that information before you do. Because if that's what he's thinking, it's one thing to say it, but then you got to know it. You need to go price out some daycares and say this is how much it's going to cost. The bottom line cost, the weekly cost. Then you factor in the logistics. That's a hard cost. But outside of working, what's the next issue?
the next issue is with me not being because he has his master's
Not being
degree
what?
and he's
Not
doing all
being
that
what?
stuff.
Not being what?
Like yeah, and so I'm not like really. He feel like I'm not on his level, and I'm like, you married me at
Okay,
19,
hold on. Not
and
being
you're
on his level meaning what, man? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about not being
like
on his academic level?
like I guess
Is that what you're
education
talking
wise.
about? Educate academically, educationally.
Oh, I said
Oh,
education wise.
okay. So, all right, all right. How was you guys' sex life?
Oh, it's great. Like we have 5 kids, so
Oh,
like
now that's
the
having five
bedroom
kids.
is
Oh,
definitely
no,
not an issue.
no. Don't no. Please. When I start talking, you can't overtalk me.
I'm sorry.
Okay. The issues you're bringing up doesn't seem like anything is. If your husband is saying the financial pressure, but he knows he has 5 children that he created, and he's talking about your education, that's not something he married you with. Um, how is you guys? Do you guys even still like each other? There you go. There it is, right there. You may have kids, you may have sex, but it sounds like the actual liking of one another is gone. So he's picking at you. And honestly, some of the things that you're mentioning, I don't see as real issues. You got 5 kids. Unless you're going to be making $50,000 a year, you can't afford the daycare and the logistics. And then telling you that I got a degree and you don't is a bitch ass thing to do, in my opinion. But that tends to be how people can say this versus I don't like who you are now. Are you still prioritizing your husband like you did before the kids? Uh-oh.
Well, the thing is, we never really had that wife and husband
Okay.
first year,
So,
because like when he married me, I was
you said
already
before
pregnant,
the
you
kids.
know?
Nope. I said before the kids. That means even when you guys were dating.
Yeah. So like,
All right.
so
So
it was like,
here's the
yeah,
thing.
it was
Here's the
very
thing.
brief.
Let me
I
just
was
cut to let me
19.
cut to the chase because you seem like you're having a problem hearing me too. You guys need to get into some kind of counseling because you got 5 kids. You ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
I
That's the problem.
wish
I
he's
need you to listen. I
African
need you to
too.
listen. I need you to listen. He's not going anywhere. You ain't going anywhere. Going back to school to try to get some. That's you guys seem like there's a lot of pressure right now, and if you guys don't like one another, it's going to amplify everything. Marriage counseling, because if he's watching my content, he's watching it for a reason. But I'm not hearing anything that I'm thinking you should be doing. I don't think a woman with 5 kids should be going back to work unless you're going back to a $100,000 a year job, especially with twins. Telling them about your education. Somebody need to, if what you're saying is true, the way he said it, I got a bachelor's or whatever, and you just got a high school degree, a high school diploma. Somebody need to slap his goddamn teeth out of his mouth. And sir, if you're saying that to your wife, that's a fucking bullshit thing to say. You knew the woman. I don't need your help right here. If you're saying that to your wife, sir, that's a bullshit ass thing to say. You chose your wife. You chose her at the level she was, and she's had 5 of your children. Who the fuck do you think you are to say something like that? If you want her to have be quiet, man, please let me do what I'm doing. If you need her to have a different education level, then I need you to go get a part-time job to pay for the damn nanny so she can go to school, so she can get an education and a degree so she can be on your level. I got what I need to do. Just handle well, ma'am. I can take care of it. But outside of that, you guys need to get into some counseling because you got 5 kids and you can't afford to have another family be wrecked over poor communication and petty differences.
Yeah.
That's number 1. Number 2, your husband is still a man and he still needs to have a wife that prioritizes him above his children. I don't need the cosign. I'm telling you what it is. And if you're going to, and see, even if I'm talking to you and you're still trying to, but see, that shit needs to go. That needs to go. I've had to cut you off several times. Do you want to be right or do you want to have a different outcome?
Different outcome.
Then learn how to be quiet when it needs to be. Seriously. Because I don't care. He's still your husband. Your kids are his kids, but he still needs to come first as a priority. And coming first means that the kids can do what they do, but you're not partners, you're not friends, you're not co-parenting. He's your husband. It's a role. You're his wife as a role, and as his wife, you're responsible to remain keeping it hot, tight, and sexy with the kids. Are you in the gym at least 3 days a week working out?
For the past
Yes
4
or
weeks,
no? Yes or no?
Yes, twice
No.
a week.
I said 3 times a week. The answer is no. The answer is no. See, the answer is no. When I answer yes or no questions, you answer the way you want to. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The answer is what? No. How tall are you?
5'9.5".
Dress size?
I'm just not comfortable with
Dress
my
size?
weight.
Ma'am, I didn't look.
I'm probably like a 16 now or 18.
Oh, okay, ma'am. All right. And your youngest are how much? How many months old?
8 months. No, they're 9 months. They'll be
Well,
10
ma'am,
months.
I'm going to get you where I'm not supposed to say it, but I'm going to tell you that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
That is no, ma'am, it's unacceptable. It is unacceptable to weigh more than a man even after childbirth. No. See, you're still talking. You're still talking. And you can talk all you want with your girlfriends, get all the women to tell you what you want to hear. But there is none of that when it comes to men and visual attraction. You need to get it down. This is a matter of surviving, keeping your family together. 2 days ain't enough. Put it up to 5. Figure it out. Wake up early. Lose some sleep. You decide to make these babies. You decide to marry this man. You got a responsibility to this as well. And it can't be to be 5'9", dress size 6. That's 260 pounds.
Wow. You know.
I know. And ain't no man coming home to no 260-pound woman and happy. That just ain't it. That just ain't it. And for all my critics who gonna be, he ain't got her 5 children, so on and so forth. Go back in your family album and look at your great grandmother. She had 8 or 10 children, and she was still 150 pounds. It is abnormal for women to weigh this much. Children don't put that kind of weight on you. Bad diet, lack of exercise, too much sugar, too much sugar, lack of exercise. That's why he's probably picking at you and you're not happy with it. So this is what counseling. So you guys can sit down and have this conversation. So he can honestly look you in the eye and say, I love you, but I'm not attracted to you like I used to be. Like I started this broadcast off. Men and women are going to have to find a way to talk about the critical issues, i.e. sex. Because just because you're having sex, there's having sex and then there's having sex. If you're having sex and the lights are off, that ain't like having sex when the lights are on the coffee table. Do you do that? Hello? Do you do that?
Well, guess what?
Lights on the coffee table. Lights on coffee table. Yes, no.
Well, both. Yeah, we like morning sex, so we are up early in the morning.
Coffee table, ma'am. Coffee table.
Coffee table. We haven't gotten there. He's traditional.
Okay, well, all right. So I said what I said for a reason. It has never been okay for a mother to allow herself to let herself go. It's never been okay. And it's unacceptable. It's not even fair to a husband because you guys want men to be loyal. Then you need to keep what he wants. You're just talking. So, I know there are people who probably disagree with that, but hello.
Is that for me?
Yes, Chantel, I'm talking to you. You need to turn the YouTube off on the TV.
Oh.
You need to turn the TV off.
Okay.
How old are you?
Hello? 26.
All right. What do you got? What are we here for?
So I'm at the point in my life where I want to settle down. I want to find a partner and be serious about my love life.
A partner?
But I don't know where to start.
A partner? What is that?
Yes.
What's a partner?
A man.
No, a man's not a partner. A man is a husband.
A husband, yes.
No. A partner is somebody you go into business with. A man is a husband. You want a husband? Exactly. Do you want a husband or do you want a partner? Because you can go get a female partner.
Yeah, I definitely want a husband.
Okay, so that means you want to be a wife.
Yes.
Okay, what is the role of a wife?
I mean, children.
I don't need a cookbook.
Well,
I'm listening. I said, I'm asking what's the role of a wife. You said children.
So a role of a wife would be children and
okay.
To bear a child.
I don't need a cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. What are you doing? I can't.
Okay, so the role of a wife is to bear a child. Okay, what's the role of a husband?
To provide for his family. To provide for his family, right?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, to provide, like to provide, the provider, the protector.
I don't think you're serious. You put no
You
thought
don't
in.
think I'm serious?
No, you put no thought into this. I mean, no offense, ma'am, but I take what I do very seriously. And you ladies come over here oftentimes just laughing and giggling, and you got to realize you're on a platform with millions of subscribers, seen by hundreds of thousands of people. So, I mean, I leave it up to people to decide how they want to be looked at. But when I ask you what the role of a wife is, you say to have children. Okay. And that tells me you haven't thought about what it means to be a wife. So, do you just really want a wedding and to be called a wife? Because that's really what I find most of you ladies want. You just don't. You want a wedding and to be called a wife, and then one person to have sex with, so you don't have to get out here and just keep running through random Johns.
No, I don't. I don't want that. I don't.
Well,
I don't want that.
what do you? What? Okay, so let's start all over again. You're 26, and you want a partner, which you define as a husband. But do you really know what it means to be married? Do you really know what the roles are and what's expected of you?
Maybe I don't.
Then why should you get it? Why should you go to a job just because you want the benefits and you don't even know the job duties? Wouldn't it make sense that you at least knew the job duties and were qualified to get it done before you got the paycheck and the benefits?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay. So now that we got that done, uh, were your mother and father married?
Yeah, married, and separated, but still living together.
Okay, cool. Do you have any siblings?
I do.
Brothers, sisters, what?
Yeah, so I have a sister, she's 28, and I have a younger brother that is 18.
Were you raised by your, were you, where were you raised to think or prioritize marriage according to your, from your mother's standpoint? So your mother raised you to think about marriage and relationships. On a scale from 1 to 10, where did she tell you to prioritize marriage, being a wife, and having children in the context of a marriage?
Um, what did she tell me to prioritize?
I'm
She's
asking
not,
on what scale, from from scale to 1 to 10. How important of a priority did she raise you to be a wife and a mother of children in the context of a marriage?
probably like a 1.
All right. So if you weren't raised, if your mother, who's a wife, did not raise you as a daughter to prioritize being a wife and a mother, it makes sense that
Yeah.
you don't know any of this stuff. So how can you actually get it if there were men out there who were suitable husbands looking for wives? Why would they go looking for women who don't know what it is, haven't done the research on it, and were raised to prioritize it at the lowest level possible?
You're right.
Right. And this is And that opening eye thing, I need you ladies to start understanding. That's what you guys are asking men to do. Just marry me because, and I'll figure it out on the job. But does that work anywhere else in the adult world? Just hire me because I want the benefits and the pay. I don't know how to do the job. I don't even know the job description, but I want what you got. Give me your shit and I'll figure it out. All right. So now that we've got the hard questions out of the way, when did you start? Is this the first time you've been made to realize that you don't know what it is you want?
Yeah.
Okay. And at 26 years old, that's better than most. By what age do you feel like you need to have this stuff figured out so you can to be an actual viable candidate on the market?
I don't know. I feel like I should have already had this
Well,
figured
that
out
didn't happen.
because
That didn't happen. So, how long do you think? How long are you going to give yourself to get this stuff taken care of?
not long.
How long?
How long? By the end of like this year.
And this year is a couple of months.
Yes.
Okay. And how much do you think that's going to cost you?
I'm sorry. What? Excuse me.
How much do you think that's going to cost you?
A lot. Yeah.
I need a dollar value, man.
What?
I need a dollar value.
Oh, well, I know you are like,
No, not me. I'm just asking. How much do you think it's going to cost you to learn what women were typically learned from age 4 up until 16 or 17?
how much is it going to cost? Like therapy and stuff like that?
I'm
Counseling?
talking about all the stuff you need to learn. You didn't learn it from your mother, so you got to learn it from somewhere. The person you're going to learn it from ain't related to you. They're going to, if they know it, it's valuable, right?
Yeah.
Do you get valuable information for free? Did you go to college?
Not always. Yes.
Did you graduate from college?
No, I'm currently still
But
in
they don't give it to
college.
you for free though, right?
Yes. Right.
Because it has an impact on your life and it's more valuable. So you understand that. So I'm asking you, use the same logic. How much is it going to cost you?
I would pay anything to know this information.
Not anything, because you don't have infinite money. I'm just trying to ask you, what do you think it's going to cost?
I don't know.
And then how do you know if the information you're going to get is worth it? See, what I'm showing you guys is our women have been taught to prioritize marriage at the lowest levels. To where even when it crosses their mind that they want something different, women in general have been taught that everything they want is free. So the answer is someone's going to give it to me like my mother should have taught it to me. And they're going to give it to me the way I want it, in the frequency and time frame I want it. And all I have to do is ask for it. They don't do that when it comes to college. They know they gotta meet the qualifications and pay that tuition. So the bottom line is you're hearing another woman who doesn't think a man is worth investment. You pay more money to get a degree that's going to have what kind of impact on your life versus a husband who's going to have a major impact on your life. That's my point. And this is why so many of our women die alone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I
That's
mean,
good.
you've been pleasant, but what I want you to understand is the knowledge you want is valuable. But we've had multiple matchmakers quit working with black women because these women quote black women's unrealistic expectations, wanting something for nothing, all these other things. Black women trying to help black women get married, and black women don't want to pay for anything. And even if you found a
Yeah.
regular, average, everyday guy making $50,000 a year, and he was 30 years old, and he made that until age 70, that's 40 years. That's $2 million in income, plus a man, plus everything a man is outside of just income and provision and protection, and that should be free. Where can you go get a $2 million impact to your life plus legacy for nothing? Ladies, understand something. Relationships cost you too. I'm glad you were at least able to understand that example, but yeah, in order to find out what you're going to find out, your mother can't help you. She did you a disservice by not training you and teaching you up front. I have a video that you should go watch on my channel called "It's Your Mother's Fault." And in that video,
Mm-hmm.
I detail how many women were married, still currently married, who did not teach their daughters one positive thing about finding a husband. In fact, they taught their daughters to go do the opposite, go get a degree and wait for the world to sort it out. But when given an opportunity, none of them thought their mothers would want to do what they were raised to do. You're
Yeah.
gonna need you're gonna need a coach. You're gonna need a matchmaker. You're gonna need a yeah. So that's why I tell you, ladies, it is wise to go invest in a personal trainer, a therapist, and a matchmaker. So get a part-time job, because if you were trying to break into high society or to the upper echelon of anything, it has a cost. You don't get to move into these areas without cost. And quality men cost. And if you're not willing to, and if women aren't willing to pay the price, Becky, Marisol, Mylene, and Jamila are there waiting for y'all to drop the ball. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
I'm going to get somebody else on. Hold on, Chantel. Belon, your thing is not. I think you've called in here before. Unmute yourself. Robinson. Hello.
Hi,
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
All right. What do you got for me?
So actually, I'm married, which is weird for everyone.
Haven't you've called in here
Yeah.
before though, right? Okay. All right. I'm dealing with the single women right
Hi.
now. You need to turn off the speaker in the background.
Good.
Balon.
How old are you? I'm 21.
All right. You need to turn off the speaker in the background, Balon, because I'm getting background looping noises and that doesn't work. Unmute yourself. Oh my gosh. Unmute yourself. Try that again. Hello. Oh shit. Hi, Balon. I don't know how to pronounce your
Hello.
name. Hello.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
How old are you?
I am 39.
What are we talking about?
Um, I have a question. I'm involved with a great man,
Okay.
and he's currently separated, in the process of getting a divorce, and I just wanted a little I guess advice on how long should I wait for the divorce and things of that sort.
How old are you?
39.
Do you have any children?
No
Do you have any
children.
children?
No children.
I don't know what's going on with your audio, but I can hear me just fine.
No children.
No children. Okay.
No.
All right. So, no children. Do you want kids?
They're not a priority.
So, you don't want children.
No, they're not a priority. I mean, I'm 39, so it's not a
So,
priority.
you don't want children. I like to get a definitive answer. Don't give me this mishmash shit. Do you want them or not?
No.
All right. Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Why?
The man that I'm with now, I enjoy catering to him. I enjoy our relationship. I enjoy the things that we do together, the fun that
But why
we
do you want to be?
have.
But why do you want to be married though?
Because I want to be a wife. I want to be a support system to a man. I want to be a good woman to a man. That's something that I've always wanted, and having
Support him
uh,
to support him, and how though? So if we're
to
not having
support him.
if we're not having kids, okay,
hmm
what are you going to be supporting him doing?
I'll support him in his daily life. I'll support him in anything that he needs to discuss. I'll support him in cooking. I'll support him in making sure that
So just be you
he's
two.
having a good
So just
day.
be okay. So to just be you two. I'm just trying to understand what women who don't want children envision their marriage to be. So do you envision working?
I work, yes.
Working, oh, don't do that. When you moved your microphone, don't move the microphone. Don't do that. When
Oh,
you
I'm
move your,
sorry.
all right. So the
Yes,
question is,
I work.
all right. So the question is, how long should you wait? How long have you been seeing this guy?
10 months. It'll be a year in February.
But he's still married.
Yes, he is separated. He
No,
was
he's
separated
married.
2
No, he's
years
married. He's
before.
married. He's married. He's married. It's called
He is married.
this is adultery. You're a grown woman knowing you're dealing with a man who's married. How long has he been married?
He was married for about 2 years, about 3 years.
2 years, 3 years? And
3
he has no
years.
children?
He does have a child.
Okay, why is he not divorced?
They are in the divorce proceedings now.
How long does it take to get a divorce?
I don't know. I've been kind of worried about that, but they
No,
are they
no,
are in
kind of,
the,
ma'am. How long do you think it takes? Especially for a 3-year
at least
marriage.
a couple months.
Yeah. So,
At least a couple months.
so how long? When did he tell you the divorce was going to be final?
He just took a parenting class a couple weeks
So
ago,
when
so
did he
they're
tell you it's going to
definitely
be
in
the
the
divorce is going to be? See, I asked one question, y'all answered another motherfucking question. I asked you when did he say the divorce is going to be final? I didn't ask you when he took a
by
parenting
the
class.
end of the year.
What?
By the end of the year, he said.
By so after Christmas at least, before Christmas.
Yes.
Does he want to marry you?
Yes.
How do you know that?
We've discussed it.
Okay.
We've discussed dates. We've discussed when I we discussed dates. We discussed engagements. We
Well,
discussed.
I'm just gonna be honest. If he wanted to marry you, and you guys have been together how long? 10 months?
10 months.
Yeah, he should have seemed like he should have been divorced long before now. I think you know that. So you can decide do what you want to do, but it don't take that long to get divorced. And you talk about whatever you're talking about. Cut the sex off. See what happens. Say we're not having sex. We're not having sex until the divorce is final. And then I guarantee you'll start to see what's going on because, man, you ladies believe what you want to believe. The he's still married, and they share a child together.
Yes.
How old is the child?
4,
Oh,
5.
so he's still having sex with her too. Uh-huh.
No,
So,
no, no, no.
oh,
He's not having sex with her.
okay.
She has another man, and he was dating
Okay.
prior to
Okay. Well,
them
even if
divorcing.
not, they're still married. So this is all something. Okay. So they're married, and she got another man, and y'all. Ooh, this is all mess. And y'all all and y'all all in the same age range.
She's about 34.
Yeah. See,
So she's a
somebody
couple
need to
years
come through
younger
here.
than us.
We need to come through here with one of those oxygen burning bombs and blow all this shit away. This is crazy. The grown folks need to decide
I
what they
do know
want to do.
paperwork is downtown.
Paperwork is downtown. It needs to be done. Done.
And he just took his parenting class
Okay,
a
well,
couple
all
weeks
right,
ago.
parenting class. Yeah. See, this is what I mean. They don't need to hear whatever. You know, you've already heard what you want to hear. Tell yourself what you want to hear. I don't think it's going nowhere, but okay. I don't think if a man really wanted to be with you, he'd be with you, and he damn sure would have divorced a woman with another man. But I tell you, ladies, bye bye. I tell you, ladies have a tendency to believe what they want to believe. But like it's all good though. Like I said in this broadcast, we've had a lot, but more than anything else, man, gentlemen, ladies, you need to understand that the women who really want to get together and be an asset to a man, you need to realize your competition with a female, they're not thinking about any of this stuff. If you actually can sit down and understand what it is you bring to the table and how you're going to be an asset or be a benefit to a man, you got a leg up on the competition. Because as you can see, most women today are thinking about marriage from a very selfish standpoint. And I'm going to tell you, for men who are not in the top 20% of men, I do not recommend marriage. If you are not a man in the top 20%, you heard from your godfather. If you are not in the top 20% of men, and especially in the black community, I do not recommend marriage. Why? The numbers. The divorce rate in the middle class in black America is 60+%. The divorce rate drops to 20% when people enter into the top 20% of income earners. Marriage today for the average guy is not what it was when it was my grandfather, where you could be an average man and be respected. Women want average men who are freaking Rhodes Scholars in their part-time. And they're every bit of dress size 12, 14. With 2 other people's kids. Well, over here, I target men who want to be in the top 20% to the top 10%, 5%, 3%, 1%, and the women who want those men. Like I was trying to tell the sugar baby in LA, you're a fun girl. Fun girls need to understand that just like in OnlyFans or in the adult industry, there's always going to be a new model. Unfortunately, like the young lady I went through the exercise with, you ladies were not taught to prioritize relationships or marriage in any real demonstrable way to where a man should even take you seriously. So, gentlemen, if you are going to be in that higher value status, you need to not be looking for a woman who's a project or in process. She needs to be a prize. She needs to already be leaving a positive impact in your world. And the women who are moving in this way vibrated a different energy. I hope you guys open your dating environment up to start dealing with women who truly want to be your better half, your support system. They want to be your wife. If a woman says she's looking for a partner, get rid of her. We are not partners. Wife is a role. It's my suggestion that you don't even have sex with her. Don't touch her. Because Because women out there who realize they don't bring something to what they need to the table, the worst thing you do is get one of them pregnant. Next thing you know, you end up got something going on. When I became a high value man, I flaunted my success. Now that I'm a man, now that I'm of value, I put aside the trapping, the fear, my ego, wisdom, experience, that thing. Okay. All right. Yeah, he said, ladies, when it gets right down to it, what's going on? The Grenadian, thank you for the wisdom provided. Look, man, I'm trying to tell you ladies that if you want to win, the best thing you ladies can do is just like I tell my guys who want to be a high value. You ladies need a part-time job. In 2021 going forward, I'm going to need you ladies to get a part-time job. I mean, you should take that money from that part-time job, hire a personal trainer, a nutritionist, an image consultant, get you a complete makeover, get you about 6 months of therapy minimum, and then you need to start going to school. You need to study the kind of lifestyle and the kind of outcome you want and reprogram your mind, because we're not talking about just getting the man to land him. I'm talking about you actually trying to reconfigure yourself to get a different outcome. You don't do this for free. I already gave you the 7 things that you need to consider giving up. And one of them is that social media. Biggest one is social media. People have asked me, am I going to do, I mentioned on Patreon, every Thursday and Sunday on Patreon, we have our family reunions. And also, I'm going to say this too. If you go to Patreon and sign up and your pledge does not process, you're automatically blocked. So I've had some people come over and sign up and use like this. I don't know what they thought they were going to do. So so I get an alert when it automatically declines. You won't be allowed to. You can't be allowed to request to join back in. In short, if you join Patreon, you better come over there with the intent of being there, because if you get blocked for your pledge not processing, we don't allow that again. It's fraud as far as we're concerned. If it's the first thing, if you can't pay $10, and if you put a card up, then you don't need to be in that group. No, that's crazy. But you know what it is, Luke Casey? Some folks come in and think they can juke the system. So yeah, going forward, Patreon, the family stuff, Thursday and Sunday at 8 p.m. And take that assessment. I'm going to tell you, gentlemen, we're in overtime now. It's late. We're in overtime. I haven't done overtime in a while, so we're going to do overtime. Let me tell you what I did to make myself worthy of sitting here talking, saying what I say. I humbled myself completely. Life humbled me and I humbled myself. I put aside everything that I thought I was, and I got real hardcore with myself and said, where are you at in life right now? Judge yourself as the world would judge you. And you know what? If I hadn't done that, I would not have been allowed to take some of the jobs I took, stocking shelves and cleaning toilets, or virtual merchandising here, or this little odd job or that. See, when you want success and a better outcome more than you worried about what people think, you can take that part-time job as a waiter at Outback and wait tables with people you went to school with, and everybody looking down at you, and you realizing you don't realize what's going on. And then 12 months from now, you got everything, and they're like, well, how'd that happen? You was just slinging soup. Being able to humble yourself and then putting yourself under the tutelage of people who know better and doing what you need to do. Going on a diet of, there was the longest, I don't even watch TV. You see this TV? When I moved, I gave away a TV, a great TV. My buddy knows, it was like this monster TV. It was like the best of all the world. I hadn't watched that TV in 3 years. I gave it away. Why? Because I became focused on not just talking. I became an aberrant reader, watching, developing, studying, trying something, failing, try better, understanding who I was, why I wasn't getting any outcomes, judging my relationships, taking strict accountability for the failure in all of them. That's why you never hear me talk ill of my exes, and I never will. I own them all. I own all of it because you still have the burden of leadership as the man. And I said, all right, what works best for the way you're set up? And that's why when I did that assessment, it really tapped into what I knew that I needed to be. So that's when you start understanding. Just because something is available, don't be out trying to date and do this and do that and trying to be on your purpose. You're gonna have to get comfortable being alone for a period of time. You're gonna have to go into a drought situation or get you somebody who's a friend with benefit and they know what it is. You got to be willing to be embarrassed. You got to be willing to fail in public if you want to reach the levels you want to reach. And then when you've done what you need to do, you need to remember that you have chosen to put yourself in that position. And then you make sure people pay the entry fee to be in your life. Just because somebody wants to talk to you, ma'am, that doesn't mean they can talk to you just because you have IG. Just because someone wants to speak to you, sir, doesn't mean they get to talk to you just because they want something from you. Do you realize on a given day, I wake up to people asking me for all kind of things. People writing me emails that are pages long, and I'm like, I don't know you. Am I supposed to read all this? And everyone's trying to get something. What I realized is when I stopped trying to get shit, I'm about to drop some knowledge on y'all. When I stopped trying to get shit, when I started giving things, when I started giving to others, when I stopped trying to get shit, I got rid of that broke ass hustle, selfish, narcissistic, manipulative, fuckboy essence. When I started giving something, even when I started taking the time to not walk over somebody, when you started giving yourself a grade every day, I think I told you guys this story before. I was in my parking garage. And I'm parking my car and I get out and there's a bird. I didn't know it was a bird. I had my glasses on. It was a bird. Obviously injured or something. Something was wrong with it. And I had all these bags and stuff. I went up to my place and I came back down and I had some ground up crackers and bread and a little dish. And I just pushed some food and water in front of this bird that was sitting next to my car. And people were looking at me like, aren't you that guy on YouTube? I'm like, yeah. It's like, and you're out feeding birds in the park garage? I'm like, yeah. It's like, man, I always knew you were a hell of a guy. Who are you, man? Who the fuck are you? Are you somebody who wants something for you above everybody else? Okay, if we gave it all to you right now, what would you do with it? What good is it? The universe decides to give you something when you can handle it. When this whole thing went viral and all this stuff happened, have you seen me really capitalize and do things outside, or have I just kept on doing what I do? I remember where I came from. I still do what I did because that's who I am. Money, power, success reveal who you really are. Who are you? Ladies, who are you? And better than that, who do you want to be? Who do you want to be around? You can determine all of that by changing what's in your mirror. My life is great. because I have relationships with people who are genuinely there because they like me, not what it is they think I can do for them. Because they've been there before any of this. And then after somebody else is hot and there's somebody else's 15 minutes, still be the same. Life is only over for us when we stop trying to be better. That's why you guys will see me talk about a concept, and then it may evolve or refine over time. Don't be so stuck in needing to be right. Be good at something. Be good at something. So that's why I think even some people who can look at my content and think, I don't like the way he said that, or they can, I think more often than not, people can really sense it. The dude is trying to do something for somebody. Because I want it too. I want everything that I want you guys to have. I want all that happiness in my life. I want everything that you say you want is possible. I want it for the guys that follow me, and I want it for the women who want the men that follow me. I would love this time next year to start getting Christmas cards from the Johnsons and the Jenkins and the Washingtons and the Williams and this and that. And I would love for people to start enjoying this shit, enjoying life, other than just one misery to the next and staving off this. We're just going from one happiness feeling to another. You're going from feeling to feeling to feeling versus just enjoying where you are. Life is about people. Life happens out there. Money making is a social activity and success is shared. But for us guys, it all starts with us. It all starts from us. And you will find that when you get on the path you need to be on, opportunities will come your way. You're not going to be judged by the opportunities you take. You're going to be judged by the things you don't do. And to that end, I posted something on Instagram today. I thought it was kind of funny. And I posted on there this little, I think it's even on the reels right now. Y'all see this? How come crazy women be having that bomb wop? And I said, this is what I was thinking when I was looking at IG baddies you just can't risk hooking up with. Do you guys realize on a daily basis how many women I swipe left? I'm like, gosh, she look, woo. And you know, I mean, if I wanted to do, I could slide, but I'm like, I can't risk that. Why? Well, first off, because I know you've seen some women who like, you know, she is just bad for you. Like, oh my God, she'd suck your soul out. But you'd enjoy the ride. Why don't you do it? Because the mission is, because what I want to have is greater. And I even joke, and some people who I actually think that, I even sent this message to somebody, I was like, this is your girl. Because it's funny, because I'm like, ain't no way, because what I want to do is more important. Why is that important? Because when you know who you are, you know whose you are, you can even laugh at the stuff you can't allow yourself to do. One of the best things we can do is put ourselves under some sort of discipline, have some sort of integrity, some sort of moral, and some sort of ethics. We all need to have personal boundaries, personal standards. That means you're going to have to develop the ability to say no. And the first person you have to say no to is yourself. I tell myself no all the time. All the time. That makes the yeses I tell myself even more valuable. Ladies, what are you telling yourself no to? What are you saying no to? I want you to start saying no to the kind of men you know ain't no damn good for you and start saying yes to the kind of men you need. I want you ladies to make sure that you never become the kind of person that you could do something like Jada Smith and actually go forward and say a man that's as well regarded and liked Will Smith. Got people wondering whether or not that dude is any good in bed. What kind of shit is that? What kind of person is that? The person who thinks about themselves. Ain't nobody gonna cry no tears for selfish people. But for somebody who's trying to do something for somebody else, and it can benefit you along the way. Don't make any mistake. I'm not trying to be Gandhi up in this piece. You guys know I'm a capitalist. I want to become very rich, but I've said it longest. I want to help people get what they want along the way. If you help people get what they want, people will help you get what you want. People will ensure you become successful. So in us, we all think we have the capacity to set the world kind of straight. You know, you've heard Jordan Peterson say that. You've heard many great people say that. Ladies, attach yourself to a man who wants to set something straight. And I guarantee working with that man and his purpose will be far more fulfilling and beneficial to your life than any partner track, any promotion, any Tesla, any Mercedes, anything you thought it is you want, any little thing, because you guys are so busy acquiring stuff, getting stuff, consuming stuff. You got more stuff and you're so empty. For women who have so much, you have so little. God damn. For women who have so much, you have so little. Doesn't have to be this way. All right, people. I gotta go. Till next time. Peace.
Idiot woman! Idiot